Can you hear it? The whisper in the wind, the echo from the heavens, the footsteps of something approaching. I call your name across the vast universe, and I see your soul flicker like a tiny spark in the deep night. You may think this world is just a series of repetitive days, nothing new, nothing changing, but you are mistaken. A pivotal moment is coming, a moment you've never experienced before. And if you pay attention, if you open your heart to receive it, you will witness the mighty movement of heaven, like gates slowly swinging open. Because I tell you this, in the next 24 hours, a door of blessing will open before you. Not a physical door, not an ordinary change you can predict or control. This is a door of revelation, of outpouring from on high. It's not coming because you deserve it, or because you've earned it. It's coming because of my grace, because of my unconditional love for you. Are you ready to walk through that door? Or are you still trapped in doubts, in the anxieties of this life? I see you. Sometimes you stand at life's crossroads, hesitant, afraid to take the next step. You fear what you cannot see, what is beyond your control. But I ask you, who created this universe? Who spoke a word and light appeared in the darkness? Who breathed breath into your nostrils and called you by name? Isn't it I? So why do you doubt when I tell you my blessing is coming? Listen closely, because this is not a distant promise, nor something that will happen in an undefined future. The time is now. The time is in the next 24 hours. But you need to prepare your heart. You need to clear away what has clouded your mind. Don't let old burdens hold you back when the door is open. Don't let liars blind you with words of doubt. Don't let past failures tell you that you are not worthy of receiving something new. I have ordained a new season for you in the next 24 hours. There will be things happening you don't expect. Maybe a shift in your heart, an overflowing joy you can't explain. Maybe a door of opportunity opening, a path you've never seen before. Maybe a miracle, a rescue, a healing for what has been broken for so long. It's not luck, it's not coincidence. It's the work of my very own hand, acting on your behalf. I cannot force you to walk through it. I can't drag you through the door if you cling to what's old. You need to have faith. You need to walk in obedience. You need to tell yourself, I no longer belong to the old. I am ready for the new. I will not let anything keep me from receiving God's blessing. When you do that, when you open your hand and let me place things in it that you never thought possible, you will see my power. You will see my greatness. What I have prepared for you is not ordinary, not something measured by earthly standards. What I have prepared for you comes from the treasures of heaven, from a place where nothing can be lost. No one can steal what I give you, and no one can close the door I have opened. So don't worry about small things. Don't let the voices of the world distract you. Keep your faith strong, because in the next 24 hours, a door of blessing will open for you, and you will walk into something bigger than you can imagine. Wait in expectation. Be ready and let your heart overflow with anticipation, because I have spoken, and when I speak, it will come to pass. Have you ever wondered what happens after a door opens? When a door opens, light floods in, the space changes, a new breeze rushes in, and the old is never quite the same. But if you just stand there and watch, if you don't take a step, if you don't have the courage to cross the threshold, what happens? Nothing changes. The door may be open, but you remain still, and you will never see what's on the other side. In the next 24 hours, a door of blessing will open before you. But the important thing is not just that the door is open, but whether you are ready to step through it. I see so many souls standing before the doors I open for them, but they hesitate, fear, and doubt. They wonder, is this real? Is this trustworthy? Is this a test or some kind of deception? And then they miss the crucial moment. Doors of blessing don't always stay open forever. There are special moments in time, ordained moments when heaven decides to pour something down to earth. If you don't receive it when the time comes, if you don't walk through, the door may close, and you will have to wait longer before another opportunity appears. So what will you do? Will you stand there and hesitate, or will you boldly move forward? You need to remember that no one can walk through this door for you. I can't walk for you. Your friends can't walk for you. Your family can't walk for you. This is your journey, your choice, the moment when you have to decide for yourself. Don't let the voices in your head stop you. Those voices will tell you that you are not good enough, that you have made too many mistakes, that you don't deserve it, that you have lost your chance. But I tell you this, none of your mistakes can prevent me from blessing you. No past can deny the future I have prepared. The only thing that can hinder you is yourself. Let me ask you this. Are you willing to let go of what has held you back? Are you willing to give up the negative thoughts, the burdens you have carried for so long? Because if you still cling to the old, you won't have enough room to receive the new. You may say you want change, you want something better, you want a blessing, but if you won't let go of the old, how can you hold on to what I am placing before you? In the next 24 hours, I will shake up your world. You may not notice it immediately. It may come in a way you don't expect, but it will happen. Doors of opportunity may appear. New people may enter your life. Small but meaningful signs will remind you that I am working. But pay attention, because if you don't open your eyes to see, you may miss it. Many people wait for miracles, but when miracles come, they don't recognize them. They wait for great things to happen in blinding light, in brilliant moments. But they forget that sometimes the greatest things come quietly, like a small seed sown in the ground, like raindrops seeping into dry earth. So, you need to prepare your heart. Don't just wait passively, be actively ready. Open your mind. Let your heart yearn for what I am about to do. Don't worry if you don't know exactly what will happen. Don't try to control everything. I am not calling you to understand everything. I am only calling you to trust. And if you trust, if you walk in faith, you will see wonders. You will see doors opening before your eyes unexpectedly. You will see barriers you thought impossible to overcome suddenly crumble. You will see things you thought you could never have appear right within your reach. I'm not just blessing you so that you will be full. My blessing is not just for you to enjoy for yourself. I am blessing you so that you can become a source of blessing to others. When you receive good things from me, don't keep them to yourself. Let the blessing flow through you. Let it spread. Let it become a light shining in dark places. Step into the next 24 hours with an expectant heart. Don't let anything make you doubt. Don't let anyone tell you that nothing will happen. When you wake up tomorrow, look around you. Feel the change in the air. Let your heart resonate with anticipation, because I have spoken, and when I speak, all things will come to pass. Do you know that even when you don't see it, I'm still working? There are things happening in the unseen realm, things your eyes cannot see, your ears cannot hear, but they are moving in an order that I have ordained. Sometimes you think that nothing is changing, nothing is happening, but you don't know that there are threads being connected, doors slowly opening, words being spoken to prepare for the right time. Have you ever seen a sunrise? When you wake up early, the sky is still dark. There is no clear sign that the sun is about to rise. But then, from one side of the horizon, a faint streak of light gradually appears. It doesn't come instantly, doesn't appear suddenly, but little by little, small rays of light seep into the darkness until the whole sky bursts with brilliant light. That is how I work. Blessings do not always come like a great storm sweeping everything away. They can come like the sunrise, quietly but powerfully, slowly but surely. Are you waiting for a big change? Are you expecting a turning point to come into your life? I tell you that change is not just in the big things, but also in the smallest things. When I touch your life, not only will the external things change, but you will also change. Your thoughts will be different. You will begin to feel a peace you have never had before. You will see that the things that worried you yesterday no longer trouble you. You will feel a lightness in your soul, as if an invisible burden has been lifted from your shoulders. But you know that blessings are not just things you can see or touch. Blessings are not just material possessions, not just success, not just things your eyes can see. True blessing is when you feel my presence in every moment of your life. When you know that wherever you go, whatever you face, I am always there. It's when you can sleep peacefully without worry. When you can smile, even when the circumstances are not favorable. When you can walk with the confidence that I am holding your future. Have you ever wondered why there are people who seem to have everything but are still not satisfied? They may have money, status, the respect of others, but deep inside they still feel empty. They're still looking for something they cannot describe. That is because nothing in this world can fill the void in the human soul except me. A door of blessing is not just a new opportunity, not just a turning point in life, but also an awakening in your spirit. When you step through the door that I open, you will see that what you really need is not more, not bigger, but closer to me. I know there are times when you feel tired. There are times when you look at your life and wonder if everything you have done has any meaning. There are times when you doubt yourself, doubt the dreams that you once carried. But remember this, when I created you, I placed a purpose within you. Nothing that happens in your life is meaningless. Everything you have experienced, every challenge you have faced, every tear you have shed, all are preparing you for what is to come. No time is wasted in my hand. Your failures are not the end, but stepping stones to entering something new. Do you remember when you were a child learning to walk? How many times did you fall, but each time you fell, did you give up? Or did you get up and try again? You didn't let the fall scare you because you never thought you would never be able to walk. So why now, when you face difficulties, do you think you can't continue? Don't you see that I have been with you in every step? Don't you see that no matter how many times you fall, I am still there to help you get up? In the next 24 hours, you will step into something new. It may not look like what you expected. It may not come in the way you imagined. But believe that everything is moving according to a perfect plan that I have ordained. Don't be afraid. Don't worry. Don't try to control everything. Just walk with trust. Just open your heart and receive what I am doing. When the door of blessing opens, are you ready to step through? Are you ready to put aside the doubts, the fears, the old things that have held you back? If you want to see change, you must be willing to change. If you want to step into something new, you must be willing to leave the old. If you want to receive a blessing, you must be ready to open your heart and receive it. Don't wait any longer. Don't think that you need to be perfect before you can receive something good. Don't think that you need to have all the answers before you step out. Just step forward. Just trust, because in the next 24 hours, I will do what you never thought possible. Have you realized that there are things in your life that have changed that you didn't notice? There have been days when you thought you couldn't overcome, but now you are standing here. There have been pains that seemed unbearable, but now they are distant memories. You used to be afraid of things that hadn't happened, but when they came, you kept walking. What does that mean? It means that I have always been there. It means that even though you didn't, maybe now you're facing a situation where you don't know what to do. Maybe you feel like you're walking on a road where all the doors are closed. But have you ever thought that sometimes closed doors are not the end, but the preparation for a bigger door about to open? Maybe what you were expecting hasn't come, not because it's not for you, but because the time is not right. Maybe what you think is a delay is actually a protection. I never let you wait in vain. If something is delayed, it is because something better is coming. If you haven't received an answer, it is because I am preparing a more complete path for you. In the next 24 hours, you will see change. But the change doesn't just happen on the outside. The most important change always starts from within you. When your mind is enlightened, when your heart is open to receive, when you walk with faith, that is when the door opens. Blessing is not always a miracle that happens suddenly, but sometimes it is a new awareness, a new understanding, a new strength to face things that seem impossible. Have you ever seen a seed sprout? When the seed is sown in the ground, for a long time, you don't see anything change. You may think it's still the same, that it's not growing, that nothing is happening, but in reality, right beneath the surface of the ground, the roots are growing, searching for water, sinking deep into the soil to prepare for the breakthrough. Then one day, when the time is right, a tiny seedling emerges from the ground. Do you see? The preparation always takes place before the results appear. You may not see anything changing in the present, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. Ask your heart, are you ready to receive something new? Are you ready to let go of the old things that are holding you back? Do you dare to believe that good things can happen to you? Sometimes you don't receive blessings not because they're not available, but because you don't really believe that you are worthy of them. Are you limiting yourself? Are you letting old memories, old failures, old traumas make you afraid? I want you to understand that what I have prepared for you is always bigger than what you can imagine. If you only limit yourself to what you have ever known, you will not be able to step into what I have ordained. If you keep clinging to the old, you will not have room to receive the new. A vase can only be filled when it is empty. If you want to receive blessings, you must be willing to let go of what no longer serves you. That could be negative thoughts, useless worries, relationships that no longer bring good things, or even fear of yourself. Do you remember the last time you were truly happy? The last time you felt light, not burdened by pressure, not disturbed by negative thoughts? I want you to step into a new season where you are no longer bound by the past. You don't have to live in the burden of yesterday anymore. Don't let old mistakes define you. Don't let other people's words make you doubt yourself. Don't let fear stop you from stepping into better things. In the next 24 hours, I want you to start looking at your life with a new perspective. Don't just look at what is before your eyes, but look with faith. Don't just rely on what you understand, but believe that there are things beyond your understanding. Don't just think that you are alone, but remember that I am always with you. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not left behind. What I have planned for you is still going on. Maybe you think you have lost too much time. Maybe you think you have made too many mistakes. But do you know that I can restore everything? The time you thought was lost is not lost because I can make all things new. The opportunities you thought had passed are not really lost because I can create new opportunities. Don't look at what you have lost, but look at what I am bringing. Remember that when I open a door, no one can close it. When I decide to bless, nothing can stop it. No circumstances can be too great for me. No problem that I cannot solve. No challenge that I cannot help you overcome. The only thing I need from you is willingness. Are you willing? Are you willing to let go of the doubts, the fears, the things that have held you back for so long? Are you willing to step into something new even if you don't fully understand it? Are you willing to believe that I have gone before you, preparing the way for you, arranging everything for your benefit? If you are willing, open your heart. Wait with hope. Walk with trust, because in the next 24 hours, I will do something new. A door will open, a burden will be lifted, a new path will appear, an opportunity will be given to you. And when that happens, don't hesitate. Step in because it is your time. Do you know that every day you wake up brings with it a new opportunity? It is not by chance that you still have breath. It is not a coincidence that you are still alive, but it is because I'm still doing my work in you. Whether you realize it or not, whether you feel it or not, I'm still acting. And the important thing is whether you are ready to step into what I have prepared. Have you ever thought about the things you used to ask for that never materialized? Sometimes you think that your prayers are forgotten, that I do not hear your cries for help. But reflect upon this. How many times in your life did you think you needed something? But later when you look back, you realize that had I answered at the time, it would not have provided the very best for you. You don't always know what is best. But I do, and I never work to the pace of your urgency, but to the perfection of the plan I hold for you. Have you ever felt like you're being delayed? As if you're trying to move forward, but something always holding you back? Maybe you are thinking that you're not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough to step into the blessing you desire. But I tell you that delay is not denial. When you feel like you're spinning your wheels, not because I have forgotten you, but because something in you still needs to be prepared. If you receive something too soon when you're not ready, it can become a burden instead of a blessing. So be patient, but not in passive patience, but in active preparedness. Look upon your life and ask, what are you expecting? What are you trusting? Are you genuinely waiting with anticipation? Or are you simply existing in a state of disappointment? I wish for you to know that nothing that happens in your life is for naught. Not 1 second of your life is wasted. Every drop of a tear you cry, every challenge that you surpass, every wound that you endure, is all preparing you for something of greater magnitude. Have you ever considered those that seem to find success with ease while you are battling with unceasing trials? Be mindful that gold is only refined through fire, and that diamonds only form under immense pressure. The work that I am doing in you is not easy, but it will forge you to be stronger, profound, and more equipped to step into your forthcoming blessing. Compare not your journey to another, for each has their own path, their own lesson, their own purpose. If you're constantly observing what another has, you will miss what I am currently cultivating in you. Have you ever noticed there are times when you are ready to relinquish? Something occurs that will cause you to find the strength to persevere. It is not coincidental. It is I hoisting you up, and I am reminding you that you are not complete. You still have a purpose, a journey, and a calling that I have placed upon your life. If you are still there, it signifies that you still have something to accomplish. There are events you await that are coming in the next 24 hours, but there are events you have not yet predicted that I will bring to astonish you. Are you receptive to receive them? Are you prepared to relinquish all apprehension, all uncertainty, and all indecision, and step into what I have designed for you? Let not fear cause you to retreat. Let not past injuries hinder you from treading in the coming future. Be wary to allow the disparaging sentiments of others cause you to abandon your own belief in self. Recall not always. Will you visibly behold the pathway that lies before you, but you will be able to see the footstep right before your face. If you perpetually walk in faith, the pathway will start to gradually unfold. If you perpetually demonstrate faithfulness and fidelity in what appears minimal and inconsequential, I will take you to the superior heights. I yearn for you to know that you are not in solitude, that you are not fighting the battle alone, nor bearing the all burdens that you were uniquely designed to possess. Release your burdens and surrender them to me, for I was to take it away in its entirety in place of you. Live with the expectation that something good is on the horizon, and when the doorway opens, approach it and traverse without delay. For that is your time. Are you aware that when you awaken, each and every day brings in and of itself a new opportunity? This is no accident that you yet still have breath and you are still living. That is by and in me. It is for you to complete the task that lies ahead, and I continue to act whether you realized or not, and what is important is your readiness to enter the world that I have prepared. Have you considered the dreams that you have prayed for and have yet to come to reality? There are moments where you may contemplate that your prayers are neglected and I am deaf to your cries. You have to reflect and consider, and in the history of your life, in moments that you think you needed something, you look back and realize that the very thing you wanted was for your own detriment, and it was I who saved you from disaster and loss. You're not always in the capacity to know what is the most superior pathway, and I never operate or yield to the impulsiveness of your urgency. I work in the totality of my design. Have you ever had moments where you felt that you were being put off? You were seeking to forge ahead, but something was constantly holding you? Perhaps you were believing that you were lacking skill, lacking the capacity, or lacking the merit to receive the blessing you sought for. I am now notifying you that this push-off is not a rejection. If you're believing that you're stagnating, and not progressing further, it is not because you have forgotten. There is something in you that requires further preparedness. If you receive the blessing prematurely and you are not equipped, that will come to a burden and not a source of joy. That is not what I am anticipating for you. I want for you when the doorway is open to traverse without trembling or reservation, and you not held back by the thing in you that is unresolved. Consider in your history the times that you believed you were forgotten about and cast aside, and I surprised you and did the things that caused you wonder. There were times you believed all had ended. I provided you with a passageway where there was none, and those moments were not coincidences. They were the proof that I have been in the process of moving. You will need to look with the lens of faith rather than your ocular vision. In the 24 hours, you will prepare your heart to receive the things I am intending on doing. It may not come the way that you anticipate. It may not show up as an immediate spectacle, as a small signal, gradual change. You are to seize and capture the change. Don't just look for the big, dramatic thing and miss the small signals I'm sending your way. Pay attention to the conversations, the coincidences, the little doors that are cracking open. Blessings aren't just in the grand gestures. Sometimes they start with the smallest things. And if you're faithful with the little things, I'll lead you to bigger ones. I know there are dreams in your heart that have gotten dusty, things you once longed for, but have given up on because you thought it was too late, too hard, too far away. But I haven't forgotten what I put in your heart. I didn't put it there to be forgotten. The seeds I planted in you aren't meant to wither. They're meant to sprout one day. You might not see it happening, but underground, it's still growing, and when the time is right, it will burst forth with strength. Don't let yesterday's failures define you today. Don't let the pain of the past keep you from stepping into the future. If you keep holding on to the hurts, the scars, the fears, you won't have room for new blessings. Let them go. Let me heal you. You can't walk through a new door if you keep looking back. You can't receive something new if your hands are still gripping the old. Open your heart. Let me do what I've planned. I'm not promising that everything will always be easy, but I am promising that I'll always be with you. I'm not saying you'll never face challenges, but I am saying that you'll never face them alone. And I want you to know that what I've destined for you, no one can take away. No circumstance, no person, no force can close the door I've decided to open. What I give you, no one could steal, because it belonged to you before you were even born. Prepare your heart, prepare your mind, prepare to embrace change, prepare to walk in faith, because a blessing isn't just what you receive. It's how you step into it. I want you to walk with expectation, with joy, with strength, not like someone just waiting, but like someone who knows it's going to happen. Because when you walk in faith, you'll see the door open right before your eyes. Do you realize that the world around you always operates by principles you can't see? When the sun rises, you don't see how the sun works, but you still believe it will come up. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't see what's happening beneath the soil, but you know it will sprout one day. In the same way, the blessings I have for you have already been planted, cultivated, and are beginning to take root, even when you don't see anything yet. They don't come in a rush, but at the moment they reach their fullness, and that time is drawing near. Think about what's changed in your heart. There are things you never dared to believe before, but now you expect. There are things you once thought were impossible, but now you're starting to feel like they could happen. Do you see it? I changed your heart, expanding you so you could receive something greater. If you didn't change, if you weren't ready, the blessing would be useless. But because I prepared you, because I filled your heart with new hope, now you're ready to receive. Don't think that blessings only come in one form. Don't expect it to appear the way you want it to, because I'm not limited by the ways you think. When I open a door, it might not be the door you're knocking on, but a completely different one, bigger, better, stronger. I might not give you what you think you need, but I'll give you what you actually need. If you put your trust in me, you'll see that everything is perfectly arranged. In the coming hours, listen. Don't let the noise of the world distract you. Blessings don't always come with thunder or grand spectacles. Sometimes they come in the quiet, in a new thought, in a door you never noticed, in a person I send your way. Have ears that can hear, eyes that can see, and a heart that can recognize the signs I'm showing you. You might have gone through tough days, times when it felt like everything was against you. But that doesn't mean I've abandoned you. Those trials weren't meant to defeat you, but to refine you. A piece of iron can't become a sharp sword unless it goes through fire and hammer. A diamond can't sparkle unless it endures pressure, and neither can you. You've been forged to become stronger, so that when the blessing comes, you won't be shaken, you won't lose it. But you can stand firm, hold on to it, and use it wisely. Don't let doubt slow you down. Don't let fear make you turn back. When I say a door will open, it's certain, but you have to dare to step through. If you just stand still, if you wait for a complete guarantee before you act, you'll miss the moment, because faith isn't seeing and then believing. It's believing before you see. Walk with expectation, with conviction, and the door will open right before your eyes. Nothing is random. The meetings coming up, the opportunities you see, all of it has been prepared in advance. Nothing is meaningless. If you understand this, you'll walk with confidence, with joy, with gladness, knowing that I'm working in every small detail of your life. Embrace what I'm doing, because the time for change has come. Have you ever noticed that there are moments in your life when you feel like everything is rearranging itself in a way you can't explain? Times when you get an answer right when you need it. Times when you meet the right person at the right time. Times when a door opens when you thought there was no way out. That's not coincidence. That's me at work. I've gone ahead of you, clearing the way, setting things up so that when the time comes, you can step into what I prepared. And now that time is near. You don't need to know all the details. Don't need to anticipate every step. Don't need to try to control everything, because I'm the one who holds everything in my hands. What you need to do is walk in trust. When a door opens, be brave enough to walk through. When an opportunity comes, don't hesitate to embrace it. Don't let fear make you shrink back. Don't let doubt steal what I've set aside for you. I'm not a God of confusion, but a God who leads you into peace. Walk in joy because I'm with you. What's coming might not look like what you imagined. You might think you know exactly what you need, but I see further than you. I know what will bring lasting good to you. Trust me, because I never give you something mediocre. I give you things that exceed your expectations. You might have been disappointed, waited wearily, wondered why things haven't changed yet. But I want you to understand that nothing is delayed without purpose. If something hasn't happened, it's because its time hasn't come. But now I tell you that the time is near, and within the next 24 hours, a door will open. Have you ever noticed that when dawn breaks, the darkness doesn't disappear immediately? It gradually fades, the light bit by bit overwhelming the darkness until the whole sky is filled with light. In the same way, my blessing doesn't always come in a single moment. Sometimes it comes as a gradual change, like a tide rising little by little until you realize you're standing in abundance. Don't rush. Don't be impatient, but be ready, because I'm working right now. Remember that blessings aren't just things you can see, not just wealth, success, or things the world praises. My blessings are so much greater than that. It's freedom in your soul, renewal in your mind, stability in the storms of life. When I open a door for you, it's not just an opportunity. It's a transformation from within, so you don't just step into a new season of life, but become a new person, stronger, wiser, and filled with more life than ever before. I'm working right this moment. Connections are being made, the necessary conditions are being arranged, obstacles are being removed. Even though you don't see it, you can feel it, because my spirit is testifying in your heart that something great is coming. Don't let anything discourage you. Don't let anything make you doubt. Within the next 24 hours, you'll see my sign. You'll know that I have spoken, and when I speak, everything comes to pass. My presence isn't just a miracle you can see with your eyes, but a renewal happening in every moment. Even when you're not aware, I'm still present, still going before you, opening a path you can't see. Sometimes you might feel helpless, feel like you're walking in the dark. But I want you to understand that even when you don't see, I'm still leading the way. The absence of light doesn't mean the absence of me. The change you're expecting will come not because you keep searching for it, but because you're ready to receive it. What I want you to understand is not just an external change, but a change from within your soul, an awakening for you to realize that everything has been prepared for a long time. There is a time for everything, and this time is near. The door of blessing will open for you not because you deserve it or not, but because I love you and want you to receive the good things that I have prepared for you. When that door opens, you will realize that everything has been woven perfectly, even though you haven't seen all that I'm doing. Your waiting is not emptiness, but preparation for the miracle that is coming. In the past few months, you have experienced many difficulties, many challenges that you sometimes didn't understand why. But I want you to know that those challenges are not a punishment, but lessons, steps to prepare for the greatness that I am bringing you to. You are more ready than ever to receive blessings, because it is in those difficulties that you have forged perseverance, understanding, and steadfastness. Each step you take is a step closer to enlightenment, closer to the refreshment that I have prepared for you. The door of blessing will not only come to those who have an easy life, but to those who have bravely faced challenges, who have learned to forgive and how to love even when they are hurt. When you step through that door, you will not only receive the reward that you have been waiting for, but also become a new person with new strength, with virtues that you have never known before. Blessings do not only come to you because of your efforts, but also because of your trust in me. What you receive is not the result of mere effort, but the reward for loyalty and perseverance. This perseverance is not weary waiting, but a mental preparation, a willingness to welcome what I am about to bestow. You cannot change what has passed, but you can change how you view it. Every moment carries within it an opportunity for you to grow, and every challenge is an opportunity for you to recognize the hidden strength within yourself. When the door of blessing opens, you will find that everything you have been through is just the necessary steps to bring you closer to the goal of your life. Blessings are not just the material gifts you expect, but also spiritual gifts, understanding, peace in the soul, the ability to see everything in life from a different perspective, a perspective that you have never had before. When the time of change comes, you will see everything around you change, not because the environment has changed, but because you have changed. All good things will come to you when you learn to open your heart and embrace the things that I have prepared for a long time. In the next 24 hours, when the door of blessing opens, you will not only see an external change, but also an awakening from deep within your soul. That is the renewal, the perfection that you have been waiting for. Look to the future with faith and hope. For I have prepared for you a bright path, a path that you will not walk alone, but with me by your side. Trust in the magic I bring, and open your heart to receive the blessing that I have prepared for you. In life, you may sometimes feel like you're falling into an inescapable vortex, as if everything is against you, as if dreams and hopes seem too far away. But in those moments, I want you to know that everything has its reason. Every pain, every struggle, all have a purpose. You may not see it right now, but believe that all of this is leading you to a bright future, a future in which the blessings you have been waiting for will come to you. Don't let despair take over your soul. Don't let difficulties prevent you from seeing the light ahead. In the moments when you feel most tired, I am by your side, showing you a new path, a path to healing and peace. The doors that you felt closed will open again, not because you try to break them down, but because they will open on their own when you're truly ready to step through. With each passing day, you are gradually perfecting yourself, and I know that you are preparing for what is to come. The blessings do not come in the way you expect. They come in the way you need. They will come at the least expected moments, in the moments when you have learned to let go, to live in the present without clinging to the past or worrying about the future. The door of blessing will open to you not only through your own efforts, but also through absolute trust in me. When you let me guide you, when you let me be the light guiding you in the darkest times, the change that you are waiting for will not only be an external change, but a transformation from within. Every great change begins with a small change in each person's heart. When you learn to love not only those around you, but also yourself, when you learn to forgive not only others, but also yourself, then the door of blessing will automatically open. Sometimes in this life, you will encounter bumpy roads full of challenges, but those roads will be the solid foundation that helps you reach new heights. You cannot avoid difficulties, but I can help you overcome them. Each challenge, each obstacle you encounter is an opportunity for you to become stronger, more resilient, and in the end you will realize that nothing is in vain. Each difficulty teaches you an important lesson, and when you learn that lesson, when you understand the true purpose of these challenges, blessings will come as a reward that you deserve. Don't look at failures as the end. Look at them as important steps in your journey of growth. Those steps will lead you to freedom, to a life full of hope and love. You will see that blessing is not just a reward that you receive after completing a task, but a companionship, a compensation for the suffering you have experienced. When you realize this, you will learn to live with gratitude, and that gratitude will attract good things into your life. Let your soul open up to receive all the good things that I have prepared. In the next 24 hours, you will see signs of change, signs that you are on the right track. Everything will not happen immediately, but the seeds that you have sown, the efforts that you have made, will begin to sprout, will begin to blossom. Every moment is a step forward, and when you look back, you will see a meaningful journey, a journey in which you're never alone. I'm always by your side guiding you. And when the door of blessing opens, you will step through with unwavering faith, with deep gratitude, and with a freshness in your soul. Blessings are not something far away, not something vague. It is the peace of mind. It is the peace in your heart when you realize that everything you need is already available. Welcome the blessing with an open heart, not just with what you want, but with what I have prepared for you. Never forget that I love you, and that love will always be an infinite resource to help you overcome all challenges, to help you reach new heights, where blessings are waiting. Sometimes you may feel tired, discouraged, as if you no longer have the strength to continue. The doors seem to have closed, the dreams gradually fading away in your mind. But I want you to know that those are the times when you are closest to your blessing. That's when you begin to feel that good things don't come from you grasping, but from you learning to let go. Blessing is not a gift that will be given to you easily, but a journey, a process that you must go through, so that when you receive it, you will know how to cherish it and feel its true value. You must understand that what you are experiencing today, the challenges, the difficulties, are the lessons that help you grow. When you learn to see everything in a new light, you will see that all of this is part of the journey leading you to success, peace, and harmony with yourself. Blessing does not come from what you expect, but from what you are willing to accept. I do not say that life will always be easy, that there will be no difficulties in your path. But remember, it is in the most difficult times that you realize your true strength, a strength that you did not know you had. Those moments that you thought you could not continue any longer are when you are close to the blessings that I have prepared for you. The door of blessing will open not when you try too hard, but when you stop trying to control everything. When you let go of the worries, the pressures that you put on yourself. When you begin to trust in my guidance, you will see that everything begins to change. I want you to know that in the next 24 hours, it is not a miracle that will come and change everything immediately, but small changes, signs that you can recognize that will lead you to better things. It could be a chance encounter, a conversation, an opportunity that you did not expect. But let your eyes always be bright, always ready to welcome those opportunities when they come. Blessings will not come in the way that you imagine. They will come from simple things, from small changes in your thoughts, in your emotions. Let your heart be wide open, and you will see that everything you need has always been near you, but you have not realized it. In every challenge, I am there to accompany you, to show you the right steps. Every time you stumble, I am there to lift you up so that you never feel alone. Blessing is not a destination, but a state that you can feel in every moment of life. Sometimes it's just a gentle breath when you feel tired, a smile from a stranger, a quiet moment of peace among the noise of the world. These blessings do not come from material things, but from the peace of mind, from the awareness that you do not need to have everything to feel fulfilled. When you learn to love yourself, when you appreciate the little things in life, when you feel the serenity from within, blessings will come to you like a cool stream, filling the peace into every cell in your body. The door of blessing will not only open for you once, but it's a long journey. When you step through that door for the first time, you will notice that you have changed, have become stronger, more resilient. The challenges no longer scare you, because you know that each time you overcome a challenge, you get closer to your goal. You will realize that what you are looking for is not the things out there, but the peace within you. Blessings are not things you can hold, but what you feel in your heart. When you live in gratitude and respect, blessings will come naturally like a smooth flow from the heart. Remember that nothing is meaningless in this life. Everything has its reason. The difficulties that you are facing today will help you to be more stable tomorrow. I know that you will overcome all challenges, and when you do, the door of blessing will open, taking you to a life full of joy, love, and prosperity. You will no longer feel alone on this path, because I am always by your side guiding and protecting you in every step. Remember that in this life, nothing is coincidental. Every event, Every moment that you experience is arranged with a deep purpose that sometimes you cannot immediately recognize. The blessing that I'm talking about are not things that can be seen with the naked eye, but invisible changes in your soul. Gentle changes in your heart that only those who are patient and understanding can feel. In the times when you feel like you're sinking into darkness, that is when I am by your side the most. Lighting up in your soul, the small rays of light leading you through all the challenges. Blessing will come when you understand that every difficulty, every challenge that you face is an opportunity for you to learn and grow. It is not something that comes easily, but steps filled with hardship. Every stumble and recovery, every moment of pain, those are all precious lessons, invaluable experiences you'll never forget. All that sweat, those moments of weakness, feeling like you have nothing left to give, those will become the bedrock for even stronger steps in the future. You're not the only one who has to go through these trials. Every single person on this earth faces their own hardships, their own sadness, their own loneliness. But you have to understand that even in those moments, you aren't alone. I'm always here, seeing you, feeling every step you take, and I'll always be with you. Blessings don't just come when you achieve what you want. They also come when you learn how to deal with loss, with setbacks, and when you learn to accept them. It's precisely in those times, when you feel your weakest, that I'll give you the strength to overcome, the wisdom to realize that every difficulty can be conquered. If you believe in yourself and in me, you'll feel an inner peace, a serenity that doesn't come from external things, but from acceptance, from letting your heart be calm, from learning to forgive yourself and those around you. True blessings aren't about the material things you can grasp. They're about what you feel in your heart. Those quiet moments when you just pause. When you let your soul connect with the world around you, you'll realize that blessings come from gratitude. When you experience everything around you with appreciation, you'll see that when you learn to give, when you learn to love without expecting anything in return, when you learn to see things with an open heart, that's when blessings start to overflow in your life. The smallest things, the simplest gestures, the gentlest words, the kindest actions, these are all signs of blessing. You don't need to search for it far away, because it's always right within you, in every step, in every decision you make each day. I want you to understand that nothing in this life is meaningless. Every road, every step, every twist and turn, it's all there for a reason, a deeper meaning. If you learn to see and broaden your perspective, you'll see that everything is interconnected, everything relates to everything else. What you think is a failure today might just be the foundation for your successes tomorrow. The people you meet, the conversations you have, the events you experience, those are all opportunities for you to learn, to grow, and to feel blessings in every single moment. Let your heart be constantly open, constantly embracing the lessons, the opportunities that life brings. Blessings aren't something you can measure with your eyes. They come from the transformation of your soul, from learning to see things with gratitude and love. When you learn to quiet your soul, you'll feel my presence, feel protection and guidance in every step you take. And when you can do this, blessings won't be some distant concept anymore. They'll become an essential part of your life. In the next 24 hours, you'll realize that the changes coming your way aren't coincidences. They're part of the journey I've prepared for you. The blessings that are coming may arrive through an unexpected event, through an old friend, through a chance encounter, or even through your own thoughts and feelings. The door to blessings will open naturally. You don't need to search for it. Just learn to let go, learn to live fully in the present, and learn to trust in me. I want you to know that the change you're hoping for won't come suddenly or easily, but it will come from persistent effort, from patience, from learning to overcome yourself each day. Blessings will come from the change within your soul, from understanding that everything happens for a reason, and I'm always here to guide you on this path. When you face the challenges in life, remember that nothing is random. Life is full of ups and downs, and I want you to understand that in every difficulty, you're not alone. Look at those hardships not as a burden, but as an opportunity for you to strengthen your strength, to grow. Whenever you feel tired, let it be a reminder that I am always beside you, ready to support you. Sometimes in this life, you'll encounter moments that seem impossible to overcome. Those are the times when you need to stop, look deep inside yourself, and seek answers from your own heart. Because deep down inside you, where there's no noise from the outside world, I have left signs of wisdom, loving instructions that you just need to seek out and receive. Blessings aren't something you can see right away. They are tiny rays of light in the darkness, slow steps in silence. And when you learn to be patient and trust in the process, when you take a moment to listen, you'll realize that blessings are always present in your life. It could be a word of encouragement, a kind look from someone, or even just a moment of peace in your soul. You'll begin to realize that blessings aren't big things, but are the simple things you sometimes miss in this busy life. In these days, as you look back on your life, see everything as signs of growth, of a journey that has led you through. You'll realize that the pain you've experienced isn't wounds I've left, but is opportunities for you to become stronger, to become the best version of yourself. When you learn to embrace those challenges, you'll see that all suffering will pass, and in its place will be new advancements, new opportunities for you to grow. In the next 24 hours, you will no longer feel vague about blessings because you will understand that they come from the little things in life. The changes you are waiting for will come, but they will come not in a noisy way, but from the silent shifts in your heart. You will begin to realize that every moment in life has a unique value. And when you learn to cherish each moment, blessings will naturally come to you. Opportunities will not come clearly, but if you keep your heart open and not closed, you will recognize those opportunities right in front of you. What you once thought was difficult will now become a lesson to help you develop and mature. You will see that the steps you have taken, no matter how difficult, contribute to the beautiful journey that I have prepared for you. Every time you stumble, you will not only get up more resiliently, but you will receive peace in your soul. And when you can look back at what you have overcome, you will realize that those difficulties are the solid foundation for the next successes. You don't need to look for blessings anywhere far away. Every morning when you wake up, you already have blessings in your hands. When you are aware of my presence in every breath, in every decision you make, you will see that each new day is an opportunity for you to recreate yourself, to renew your heart and soul, and from there blessings will come. Blessings are not something you can measure with physical tools, but are the subtle changes in the way you see life. It is the peace of mind when you know how to let go of worries. It is the clarity when you learn how to forgive yourself and those around you. When you feel my presence in every step you take, you will no longer feel lonely or insecure. I will be the companion, the light that illuminates your path. Blessings will come when you learn to live in the present, when you no longer let worries about the future or regrets about the past dominate your mind. I want you to live fully in every moment because that is when you realize that blessings are always within you. It's not about anything too great, but the peace in your heart when you know how to accept everything that comes to you. And when you can do that, blessings will not just be empty words, but will become reality in your life. You will see that this life, no matter how many challenges, is still full of good things. Every day is an opportunity for you to embrace new things, to learn and grow. And when you understand that blessings are not something you can grasp, but something that you have to let come naturally, you will begin to see life with a completely different eye. Everything will become clear, and you will feel my presence in every moment. Blessings are not the destination you have to race to, but are the very process of living, the process of growing that you experience. You will see that every step you take is part of this journey, and I will always be by your side, helping you find peace in every moment. On life's journey, you'll encounter moments when patience wears thin, when you feel like everything is working against you, and sometimes even your belief in yourself starts to waver. However, what you need to understand is that this challenge is not the end, but an opportunity for you to reveal your true strength, To overcome those challenges, you don't have to fight alone. I will always be there for you, like a lamp shining in the middle of the night. Difficulties will not disappear easily, but they will become valuable lessons for you. And one day you will realize that it was those difficult moments that helped you become more resilient and stronger. Every time you feel like you can't go on, remember that what you are experiencing is not meaningless. Each difficulty in your life will become a lesson for you, a lesson about inner strength, perseverance, and faith in yourself. Think about the times you have overcome difficulties in the past. Each time you have learned something new about yourself, about the courage you never knew you possessed. And these experiences will be a solid foundation to help you overcome all challenges in the future. Blessings won't come the way you expect. Sometimes a blessing is simply peace of mind when you begin to understand that life is not a race to win, but a journey to learn and grow. You will realize that moments of peace, moments of leisure, are the invaluable gifts that life bestows. And when you learn to cherish those moments, you will feel my presence in life every day. The healing you are waiting for will not be a miracle that happens immediately, but it will come from changes within you. When you learn to forgive yourself, when you begin to love yourself, when you dare to face the pain of the past and accept it, you will feel the change in your heart. Every step in life is a step towards maturity, and I will always be there with you to overcome all. You don't have to worry about the future. Don't have to be afraid of what hasn't happened. Live fully with what you have in your hands. And when you know how to live in the present, you will see that everything has its reason. Blessings are not something you can search for in a faraway place, but are present within you, in the way you see life, in the way you face challenges, in the way you treat those around you. Every act of kindness, every positive thought is a good seed that you sow into this life. And when you sow those seeds, they will blossom, bringing you the peace and happiness you are always looking for. Blessings are also the wisdom in realizing that what you are experiencing has value. You don't have to rush to find something great. Sometimes the little joys, the simple things in life, are the greatest blessings you can receive. It is when you learn to cherish every second, every breath, every moment that life bestows. When you understand this, you will feel peace in your heart and realize that blessings are always present. Not in the big things, but in the smallest things. You will no longer feel lacking or crave things far away. Instead, you will find fulfillment in your current life. Every day, you will wake up with a peaceful soul, with an open heart to receive the blessings that life has for you. And when you learn to live with gratitude, with appreciation for what you have, blessings will come to you naturally. You don't have to look for it, because it is always present around you, in every moment you live and in every decision you make. Let your heart open wide to receive all good things, because blessings come not only from great events, but also from the simplest things. And when you learn to embrace everything that life brings, you will see that nothing is meaningless, nothing is accidental. Everything has a purpose, and every step you take is part of the great journey that I have set for you. You will no longer feel alone, no longer afraid when facing difficulties, because you know that I will always be by your side, guiding you through all challenges and bestowing upon you the wonderful blessings that you always deserve. When you face challenging times, sometimes you feel like you're lost in the vast ocean, not knowing which direction is right, not knowing how to rise up. But you need to understand that it is in such moments that I am closest to you. Don't let fear, fatigue, or temporary failures blur your vision. Learn to look at the lessons hidden in every moment, whether they're moments of happiness or pain. What you feel today is the stepping stone for the great changes that will come in the future. Don't be afraid of difficulties, because they're the things that help you grow. Each challenge is an opportunity for you to train your mind, for you to learn patience, inner strength, and resilience. Don't look at challenges and see only darkness, but see the light behind it. It is the light of wisdom, of freedom, and of perfection. You will realize that difficulties are necessary steps in the journey of self-improvement, are the things you need to overcome to reach a better version of yourself. Every time you get up after a failure, you're closer to maturity and liberation from material and spiritual bondage. In such moments, I am not only by your side, but also waiting for you to walk with courage, ready to embrace new challenges. You need to remember that life is not always easy. It is a long journey full of bends, bumpy roads, but never let fear make you flinch. You may stumble, but each time you stumble is another time you learn to stand up more firmly. Think about the times you have failed in the past. Each time is a lesson, a step forward, even if you may not fully understand its meaning at that time. But as time goes by, you will realize that each painful moment is an important milestone, a preparation for the victories ahead. When you begin to learn to forgive yourself, you will feel a lightness in your soul. That is when you realize that nothing is meaningless in this life. Even the times you feel weak, inferior, or fail. Every day that passes, I am there with you, watching you grow, watching you learn from every experience, from every emotion you face. You don't have to fight it all alone because I will always support you, giving you the strength you need. Never feel abandoned in difficult moments. I will always be there, lending a helping hand when you feel tired. But most importantly, you must believe in yourself, believe in your ability to overcome every challenge you are facing. The truth is that challenges don't come to bring you down, but to sharpen and temper you. When you begin to see things this way, you will see life become lighter because you are no longer afraid of challenges. In fact, you can't avoid difficulties, but you can change how you view and face them. You don't need to worry about whether you can overcome it or not, because when you open your heart to receive, I will show you the right way to go. All you have to do is trust in the process, in the changes that are taking place in every step you take. Life will never be easy, but it is in those challenging moments that you will find unexpected strength within yourself. Never lose faith in yourself, because I created you as someone with enough strength to face all difficulties. Remember that every day that passes, the moment you overcome a small challenge, you're getting closer to the best version of yourself. Never think that you are alone because I'm always by your side. When you learn to open your heart and embrace all that life brings, you will see that nothing is meaningless, nothing is accidental. Everything has a purpose, and everything you experience brings you closer to the peace and serenity you seek. When you trust in yourself and in my guidance, you will see that life is not just about challenges or difficulties, but is an opportunity for you to learn, grow, and change. Every step you take is an essential part of the great journey that I have carefully prepared for you. All you need to do is open your heart and receive, because I will always be there to show you the way and help you steadily overcome all obstacles. Remember that you are never alone on this journey. Life is a challenging and complex journey, but never forget that you are not walking alone. Every step, whether in darkness or in the light, has a deep meaning that only when you see it correctly can you fully understand. Sometimes when facing difficulties, you may feel disoriented, but that is when I want you to find yourself again. Don't seek safety or ease because these things don't help you develop. Instead, you must seek strength in yourself. A strength that doesn't come from avoiding challenges, but from facing and overcoming them. The truth is that difficulties are not something bad or scary. They are opportunities that I send so that you could develop and become greater. Every time you encounter difficulties, it is not a sign of failure, but an opportunity for you to show your strength and perseverance. Life will never follow a fixed pattern. It will always change and challenge you in ways you cannot anticipate. But that is also what makes your journey beautiful and meaningful. You must learn to adapt to these changes. Learn to see them as necessary parts of life. When you embrace everything, both difficulties and luck, you will see that every challenge can become an opportunity, and each opportunity leads you to a new lesson. Never feel weak or fail, because in each of you there is resilience to overcome all storms. When you realize this, you will no longer find yourself weak or helpless. What you find difficult today will become memories that you look back on with gratitude in the not-too-distant future. You need to learn to see yourself fully and honestly. You're not a perfect person, and that is completely normal. Don't blame yourself for the shortcomings or mistakes of the past. Instead, use them as lessons so that you don't make similar mistakes in the future. You are a person on a journey of growth, and making mistakes is inevitable. But what is more important is whether you are willing to learn from those mistakes. Maturity comes from the ability to recognize your mistakes and correct them, from patiently facing the truth, even if that truth may be heartbreaking at times. Don't try to avoid or deny the suffering in life, because it is the suffering that helps you truly grow up. When you learn to face and accept these emotions, you will feel freedom and peace in your heart. That is the first step for you to really change. We all have an infinite capacity to create change in our lives, but that change doesn't come easy. It requires you to be patient, to endure the challenges, and to be strong when everything seems to be working against you. But never forget that change always starts from within. When you change the way you look at life, the way you face challenges, you'll see that the world around you changes too. You may not be able to change events or circumstances, but you absolutely can change how you react to them. You can choose to be joyful and optimistic instead of worried and fearful. This change will open up a new world for you, where you feel freer and more powerful than ever before. Don't ever let anxieties, hardships, or failures make you lose faith in yourself. Those things are just temporary tests, and they'll pass if you persevere and don't give up. Life is like a river that never stops flowing. Even with rocky rapids or major storms, the river keeps moving forward. It's the same with you. No matter how many storms you face, you have to keep moving forward. Don't be afraid when you encounter difficulties, because it's in those difficulties that you'll discover your own strength. When you keep striving, when you persevere, even when the road is tough, you'll find yourself stronger than ever. You aren't weak, and you don't have to face challenges alone. I'm always by your side, helping you recognize the boundless strength within yourself and guiding you through every obstacle. Remember that everything in life has a reason, and every difficulty carries a valuable lesson. Be open to receiving that lesson, because I'll always be there to help you overcome every challenge. When you face challenges in life, remember that each difficulty isn't a sign of weakness or failure. In fact, there are opportunities you can use to demonstrate your strength, patience, and resilience. They don't come to destroy you, but to refine you, to make you stronger and more steadfast with every step you take. You have to understand that life isn't always easy. It doesn't always give you what you want. But it's in those tough moments that you can recognize the true value of growth. Every challenge is a chance for you to learn, to expand your limits. Never be afraid of change, because change will bring about miracles you've never imagined. You might not immediately see the benefits of the hardships you're going through, but trust that everything you're experiencing has a purpose. Every challenge, whether big or small, contributes to your growth, helping you perfect yourself. We can't avoid the challenges in life, but the important thing is that we learn to face them and overcome them. If you only look at the difficulties and criticize them, you'll be stuck in fear and worry forever. But if you see them as opportunities for growth, you'll feel stronger and more confident in every decision you make. In this long journey, I understand that sometimes you might feel tired and want to give up. But remember that perseverance is the key to overcoming everything. Every difficulty can be overcome if you hold on to your faith and don't give up. Every step, however small, is part of the great journey you're on. And each of those steps will lead you to a brighter future, where you can look back and be proud of what you've overcome. No one can know the future, but what we can do is live fully with what we have and always maintain faith in ourselves. Every day, every moment carries opportunities for you to reinvent yourself. The people around you might not always understand what you're going through, but only you know the strength and ability that you possess. Don't let external factors make you doubt yourself, because you're the only one who can decide who you'll become and where you'll go. This world is always changing, and so are you. What you consider impossible today can become reality tomorrow. as long as you're steadfast and courageous in your journey. Don't be afraid of failure, because in every failure there are valuable lessons you can learn. Each time you stumble, you can get up and be stronger than before, because you know that only by facing challenges can you rise above them. Never feel alone on this journey, because no matter how you feel, I'm always by your side, always accompanying you through every challenge. I know that every step you take isn't easy, but that's why I'm even more proud of you, because you don't give up. You don't stop when difficulties arise. You keep moving forward despite every challenge, and that's the real strength that you need to discover. Sometimes you'll feel tired and want to quit, but don't forget that every challenge is an opportunity for you to grow. Only by overcoming difficulties can you see the road ahead more clearly. And that's when you understand the value of perseverance. You don't have to be perfect. None of us is perfect, and that's why each person can learn and grow through every challenge. You might not immediately see the results of your efforts, but what you're doing will always be remembered. Never underestimate your efforts, no matter how small they may be. These small things, when accumulated, will create boundless strength, a strength that nothing can stop. That's why you should never give up. Never think that you're not strong enough, because you have everything you need to overcome every challenge and reach your destination. Don't look at difficulties with eyes of fear. Look at them as opportunities for you to move forward more steadily. And when you look back at the journey you've taken, you'll realize that it was those difficulties that helped you become stronger, wiser, and more mature. I always believe in you, and you'll overcome every challenge because you have the strength within yourself. Your life won't always be full of light. Sometimes you'll face dark moments where everything around you seems to be collapsing. But don't be afraid. Don't fear that you won't be able to overcome it, because those challenges are an essential part of your growth journey. You aren't alone on this journey. Whenever you feel like you're about to collapse, remember that I'm always standing beside you, always supporting you, whether you realize it or not. The pain you're experiencing is an essential part of becoming the person I know you can become. Let that difficulty make you stronger, more resilient, and more importantly, more mature. The times you fail, the times you feel discouraged, are opportunities for you to learn from yourself, to recognize the hidden strength within you that sometimes even you aren't aware of. Don't be quick to judge yourself just because you stumble once. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to be persistent, courageously face the difficulties, and not give up. Every day, every challenge that you overcome, whether big or small, is a solid step on the journey I've planned for you. Life isn't always fair, but it always gives you the opportunity to change. Every time you face difficulty, you can choose to accept it as part of life or let it crush you. True strength isn't about overcoming something easily, but about never giving up, never letting difficulty stop you. You might not see it clearly right away, but what you're going through will lead you to a brighter future, where you'll realize that the difficulties before were just stepping stones to help you emerge from the darkness. Never forget that persistence is the key. You don't have to look at other people's success and feel inferior. You just need to look at yourself, realize that every challenge you overcome is a small victory. And each of those victories will create a great person in the future. No road is smooth. You'll have to overcome obstacles, times you fall. But it's from those times that you can get up stronger. The important thing isn't how many times you fall, but that you know how to get up and keep going. Don't let moments of weakness make you feel like you're incapable. You're stronger than you imagine. I know you have the ability to overcome every challenge that life throws at you, because good things don't come easily. And it's the difficulties that will make you realize the value of effort, of the moments you don't give up. When you feel tired, when you feel like you can't go on, remember that the dark days will pass and the light will come. You just need to keep walking, even if it's one small step at a time. This step will lead you to where you deserve to be, a future you've been striving for. Believe in your own strength, because I always believe in you. None of us can avoid pain and challenges. However, it's those challenges that make you the person you are today. I want you to understand that nothing is useless. Every step you take, whether you realize it or not, contributes to the great picture I've painted for you. Never stop moving forward, even if you can't always see the destination. The difficult moments are part of the journey, and when you look back, you'll realize that it was those moments that shaped a great person. Trust in your journey, trust in the small steps, and especially trust in the strength that you possess. You might not see the immediate results of your efforts, but I'm certain that they will come, and when they come, you'll realize that the challenges, the pain, and the long nights you've gone through all had a reason. They've helped you grow, helped you become stronger, wiser. Never think that you have to be alone on this journey. Every day, you can find support from yourself and from those around you. Life doesn't only have one path. There are countless paths you can choose. The important thing is to always maintain your faith, even in the most difficult moments, and never give up. I believe that you can do it. You'll always rise up. You'll always find the light, even in the darkest moments, because you're stronger than you think. This life isn't always going to follow the plans you're hoping for. Those moments of failure, the days you feel left behind, can make you doubt yourself. But never let those thoughts control you, because in every difficult moment you are being shaped, going through a refining process that you yourself might not even see. Every time you fall, every time you stumble, it's an opportunity to reevaluate yourself, to understand more clearly what you really need to change and adjust. Nothing in this life is meaningless, even if at the time you can't see its deeper meaning. Those moments when you think you've lost everything are actually the times you are getting closer to perfection. Don't let failure defeat you. See it as a valuable lesson, because those lessons will help you become stronger, wiser, and most importantly, help you grow. Sometimes you have to face great challenges to recognize the value of the small things in life. When you stand before difficulty, you can choose how to see it. You can see it as a door that closes forever, or you can see it as an opportunity to find a new path. That choice is in your hands. As long as you're determined not to give up, you will always find a way to overcome. Life doesn't promise to be easy, but it certainly will bring you unexpected opportunities. Opportunities that only you can realize if you dare to face difficulty. It's in those moments that you'll discover the hidden strength within yourself. A strength that you sometimes don't even know you possess. The pain, the losses you experience can make you feel like everything is against you. But don't forget that I'm always by your side, even when you feel like you're alone. My presence isn't something far away, but is a part of you. Every time you feel weak, every time you feel like giving up, that's when you need to look inside yourself and find the endless source of strength within. You are part of a greater plan, and even though you might not realize it right away, everything you experience has a purpose. Every day, every challenge is a lesson to make you stronger. And good things will come to you if you persevere. Steadfastness doesn't come from always succeeding, but from knowing how to get up after each time you stumble. You'll never know your limits if you don't dare to try, if you don't dare to face your fears. Only when you dare to step out of your comfort zone will you realize your true potential. Greatness doesn't come from easy successes, but from perseverance and relentless dedication. Your steps, no matter how small, will lead you to a brighter future. Remember that no road is too long if you have enough faith and patience. Even when you feel tired, when you feel like you don't have the strength to continue, that's when you need to remind yourself that one day, everything you've been through will be the reward you receive. Let the challenges create a new person in you. A person who is more steadfast, more resilient, and above all, grateful for the lessons that life brings. Never forget that the difficulties you encounter are only temporary challenges. But it's those challenges that will bring you a tremendous strength that even you can't imagine. You just need to persevere, keep moving forward, even in the moments when you feel weakest. Resilience doesn't come from always winning, but from never surrendering, never giving up hope. In every journey, there will be times when you feel like you've reached a dead end. But never forget that those dead ends are just detours, opportunities for you to find a new direction. You will always have a choice, and that choice is in your hands. When you get up after each failure, you're not just conquering a challenge, you're conquering yourself. Always remember that I have placed my faith in you. Every step you take is followed by me. And when you feel tired, I will always be the source of strength to keep you going. You will never be alone. Life is a long journey, and in that journey, you will encounter countless challenges. Sometimes those challenges will make you feel like you can't continue any longer, as if everything is against you and as if every effort is meaningless. But don't let these temporary feelings determine your destiny. The difficulties you're experiencing are just small parts of the great story I have written for your life. Every challenge, no matter how difficult, carries a message. It comes not to destroy you, but to teach you important lessons about patience, inner strength, and resilience. Only when facing great challenges can you understand more about yourself. When you go through the darkest moments, that's when you can recognize the light I have placed before your eyes. The moments that seem impossible to overcome are the opportunities to see your unlimited potential. When you feel tired, don't rush to give up. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel the stillness in your soul. In that silence, you will feel my presence, an invisible but powerful source of strength always by your side, guiding you forward. The pain you feel is real, but it won't last forever. They're just temporary waves that will pass. The wounds you carry will no longer be a burden if you learn to let go and let them become part of your growth process. You cannot change the past, but you can change how you perceive it. You can choose to let every pain become motivation, to let every failure become a solid stepping stone for future success. This life isn't a straight line, but a winding road. There are times when you're unsteady, times when you have to cross rugged cliffs. But it's those stretches that will temper your endurance, adaptability, and perseverance. Look at your steps. Even if they are slow or clumsy, they're still steady steps moving forward. Each step, however small, brings you closer to the goal that I have prepared for you. Never think that you aren't capable. You have everything you need to overcome every difficulty. Every failure is part of the learning process. Every pain is an opportunity to learn how to get up after stumbling. When you begin to feel the strength within yourself, that's when you understand that nothing is impossible. Strength doesn't come from being able to do everything easily, but from the ability to overcome obstacles, not to surrender when facing difficulties. Strength is being able to continue to persevere even when you feel like you don't have the strength anymore. But the most important thing is to maintain faith in yourself, believe in your ability, and above all, believe in me. You might not see everything in the present, but believe that what is happening has a reason. Every challenge, every difficulty has a higher purpose that you cannot see right away. What you experience will help you grow and become stronger. The pain, the losses, the failures will not be permanent. They are just parts of the journey, and they will lead you to new horizons, to opportunities you can't imagine. Never underestimate your abilities. You're stronger than you think. Every challenge you overcome, every time you get up after stumbling, you become more steadfast, more experienced. Each passing day, while it might not always be easy, is a step forward in your long journey. I am always with you, not only in moments of joy or success, but also when you feel weakest. I am the invisible source of strength, always leading the way and waiting for you to walk on. Following in my footsteps, you will never be alone on this journey. The difficult days will pass, and when you look back, you will realize that everything has its value. Every challenge, every obstacle is part of the process of you finding yourself. And when you find yourself, you will understand that the most wonderful things were never far away. You just need to not give up. You will realize that every difficulty is only temporary, and I will always be by your side, acting as a source of motivation so that you never stop. Finally, you will realize that greatness doesn't come from what you possess, but from what you have overcome, from the challenges that you have overcome steadfastly and persistently. Continue to believe in your journey, and never forget that you are never alone. In your journey, there will be times when you feel like everything is against you, but it's in those moments that you can find your true strength. Don't let negative emotions control you. Don't let anxiety and fear make you lose your way. You have a greater capacity than you think, and all the challenges you are facing are just stepping stones to help you rise stronger. Each challenge, each obstacle you encounter has its value, even if you might not realize it right away. When facing pain, remember that it's an opportunity to reinvent yourself. It's in the moments when you feel weakest that I will be the source of strength to support you, helping you overcome all the limits that you once thought were impossible. The things you are experiencing aren't coincidental, but part of the larger plan that I have destined for you. Each step, whether difficult or not, is part of the journey. Each failure, each challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Don't let the difficulties discourage you, because they're not the end, but just stops, challenges for you to look back at yourself, to see the infinite ability within you. When you overcome an obstacle, you not only become stronger, but you also understand more deeply about life and yourself. When you encounter difficulties, you may feel like there is no way out, but the truth is that you always have a choice, and that choice lies within you. Never give up on the path you have chosen, because each step, no matter how slow, brings you closer to your goal. What you are experiencing is only temporary and will pass. When you look back, you will realize that each challenge you have faced, each painful moment, is part of the growth process. You'll understand that it was those difficulties that made you the person I want you to become. You must know that nothing is meaningless. Every effort you put in, every night you stay awake to keep fighting has value and will lead you to rewards you haven't seen. You are never alone on this journey. Even if you sometimes feel like you can't take another step, I'm always by your side, watching every step you take, and will provide strength when you feel exhausted. You might not see me right away, but I'm always there with you in every breath, in every decision you make. Remember that perseverance, faith in yourself and in me, will be the key to overcoming every challenge. In every difficulty, there will be a lesson. Every failure is an opportunity for you to regain your resilience. And every time you get up after stumbling, you will become stronger than ever. Strength doesn't come from never having failed, but from never giving up. You must believe in the process, in the journey you are taking, even if it may be dark and difficult at times. When you feel like you can't take another step, remember that I am watching over you and will not let you go alone. You don't have to face challenges alone. When you look back, you will realize that every moment of difficulty, every tired step is a sign of growth, of the valuable lessons you have learned. And when you reach the destination, when you stand on a mountaintop of your own, you will realize that all that you have experienced was necessary to make this strong person. Each time you stumble, you learn how to get up. Each time you fail, you have more strength to continue. When you don't give up, that's when you have won. Let the challenges make you stronger, but don't let them defeat you. Never forget that you have everything you need to overcome, and I am always here by your side. Just one more step. Greatness is not the absence of difficulty, but the ability to overcome it with resilience, to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going. You will find me in every step you take, in every challenge you overcome. When you face challenges, sometimes you feel like you can't continue any longer. The difficulties, the pain, the sadness seem endless, and all you feel is tiredness, disappointment. But remember that in those moments, I am not only watching you from afar, but I am right beside you, bringing you strengths that you cannot see right away. The pain, the obstacles you are facing are sometimes challenges to help you realize the boundless strength you carry within you. You must understand that it's in these moments that you can change. You can be reborn, and you can walk on a new path, a path with no trace of fear or pain. Each time you feel tired, it's an opportunity for you to find yourself again, to step out of the darkness and find the light in your own heart. Don't be afraid to feel weak, because it's when you feel like you can't go on that I am closest to you, ready to lift you up and help you move forward. Don't be afraid to face the storms of life, because those storms will only make you stronger when you know how to face them and overcome them. I don't promise you that there will be no challenges, but I promise that you will always have enough strength to overcome them all. And in each challenge, You will discover valuable things about yourself that you never realized before. Life isn't always easy, but it's the resilience in those difficult times that will help you find greatness within yourself. Each time you think you can't go any further, you are one step closer to maturity. You are one step closer to your goal. Look at the times you have won before. You have overcome difficulties, you have overcome pain, and now you stand here, stronger, more mature. Don't let worry and fear control you, because those feelings will only make you hold back. Every difficulty is an opportunity for you to expand your vision, to see that you can do things that you never thought you could. Don't underestimate yourself, because you have boundless strength, and it's the difficulties you are facing that will only make you more steadfast. I have destined a path for you, and you may not understand it right now, but believe that every step you take, whether in darkness or light, is part of the wonderful plan that I have arranged for you. The moments you feel hopeless, you once again find a part of yourself that you have never realized before. And thanks to that, you will become stronger, more resilient. You may not understand it right now, but I have seen the unlimited potential in you, and I will be by your side, leading you to good things. Never give up, because only when you don't give up can you see the magic that I have prepared for you. And remember that I will always be there, no matter where you are. No matter how you feel, I will never leave you. Your journey has been followed by me from beginning to end. Each step you take is not meaningless. Every time you get up after stumbling is a step closer to your goal. You may not see the path clearly at this moment, but I promise you that you will see the light at the end of the road. When you keep going, when you don't give up, when you believe in yourself and in me, in every step, even the smallest, you are becoming a stronger version of yourself. The difficulties are not the end. They're just valuable lessons you need to grow. I know you can do it, and you will do it, because in you there is an unimaginable source of strength. And when you realize that, you will overcome everything. These challenges will only make you stronger, and you will see that at the end of the road, you have achieved the peace and confidence that you could not have dreamed of before. This entire journey will be a testament to resilience, faith, and the infinite love that I have for you. Amen.